I wonder if you're able.
There we go.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
There we go. All right.
Awesome. Well, hello everybody. It's good to see you. I know I've met some of you, others you just putting up with my emails to you, so I appreciate you joining tonight. I am a member of the church, joined in May 23, so right after a year after Marriott. But as part of, I'm a member of the communications committee, so this is basically a subset of the communications committee, and we've been trying. Oh, there's Susan. Awesome. So we've been working to kind of get this group off the ground and running. And first off, I don't want anybody to be scared of what this is. This is not going to be a huge, scary time commitment. I think even folks who are on social a little bit or on social a lot, whatever your level of interest, we're going to try to make it as easy and pain-free as possible. And I would be remiss if I don't, we're a church group right now. So if that's okay, I'm just going to start off with a super quick prayer. So sorry, I didn't lead with that, but if we could just go to God in prayer really quickly. Dear God, thank you so much for this time to come together and discuss ways that we can hopefully impact lives and lead people to you through sharing ways that they can be involved in the church and ways that those churches involved in the community. Help us brainstorm together, help us have cheerful hearts, and again, thank you for this time together. In Christ's name I pray, amen. Sorry, that's always number one.
Thank you, Molly. That was good.
You're welcome. So again, the goal of tonight is really just to kind of give the overview of what it means to be a digital ambassador. Stephanie's going to kind of give some training tutorial to sharing screen. I do want to confirm, who all is in Realm. That's such a big piece of just sharing what's going on in the life of the church and being kind of feeling more included. So understand if people are on Realm, if you're having any issues getting on there, if you know how to kind of help others if you are ever asked. And then just go through kind of how to like, share, comment, add the church as a favorite. That's really the easiest thing where we can really amplify the message of and the reach of what the church is doing. So with that, do you want to share your screen, Stephanie, of the digital ambassador, kind of what we're asking for? And while she's doing that, are there any questions overall? I know again in the emails I had provided some quick, snapshot of what the group is, but any questions right off the bat? Okay, great. So Stephanie has the little flyer / one pager that we've been using. And so I wanted to see if she could work through kind of what it actually looks like to like on Facebook, follow on Instagram, subscribe to YouTube, access your Realm account. And really what I found most helpful too is adding a few of these as favorites so they pop up easily and you're able to, again, hit a quick share or something like that. So Stephanie, you want to?
Awesome. Yes.
Yeah.
So is there anybody on here that does not know what these things mean? Like liking and following and subscribing? I wouldn't think so, because you guys, you're professionals and you want to do this. So it's really basic to do those things. What we're really asking for is to make an intentional effort to check our Facebook account and look at the posts and like them or comment on them. Tag people if you know them, share them on your own page. One thing that I learned in one of my social media classes was how to make Davidson College Presbyterian Church a favorite of yours on Facebook so that our posts show up in your feed higher. Has anybody ever done that? Have you made people or family members or pages a favorite? Nobody's done that?
I hadn't until I walked through this, so that was the first time for me.
Right. So if you have a phone, can everybody pull up Facebook on their phone? Because this was the neatest trick for me. If you get to your own account and you go up, I don't know if you can see that, but you go up to the top and hit the settings bar. or the settings icon.
Yeah, it's menu and then settings for me at least.
So you should end up on a settings and privacy page. There's a little section called preferences. I don't know why I can't get that to show up, but just put your hand up when you're at the preferences page. I see Bridget and Allison. I can't see Julie or Steve or Clayton or Susan, but you can put an emoji hand up. There's Clayton. Clayton, are you CTADA?
Are you talking to me?
Whoever CTADA is.
No,
Oh, who is that?
Hmm.
I have no idea.
Oh, Tom, you're talking, Tom.
Yeah, I'm not on Facebook, so I don't know of any of that.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Are you on Instagram or YouTube?
Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter.
Gotcha.
I'm not on Facebook too, and not on Instagram, only on YouTube. Sorry.
Okay, that's okay.
Don't try
But-
to convince me to get on Facebook.
Oh, I'm not.
I think this group is gonna complement I don't use YouTube very much, so I think that we have, certain folks will probably be more active on whatever you have.
Certain
We're certainly not
platforms.
asking you to add anything. No.
Exactly. That's exactly right. I'm glad you pointed that out. This is for
Yeah.
whatever you normally use.
Mhm.
If you just make DCPC a part of it, it helps us. Like to like our worship services on YouTube helps. Anything you can do on Instagram, liking and commenting. I don't think you cannot actually share an Instagram post to your own page. You can share to somebody's messenger, but you can't post it like you can in Facebook. You can actually put it on your wall. But anyway, back to the preferences. If you're there, the first one is newsfeed, and it says what's in your newsfeed. And if you hit favorites, in the little search bar, you can type Davidson College Presbyterian Church and put add, I think. Oh, there's Clayton. Your name says CTDA. So for people who don't know you, that's Clayton Adams. So what that does is just put Davidson College Presbyterian Church higher up in your newsfeed with all the ads and everything else that you're getting. But awesome. Thank you. So was anybody successful doing that? Clayton just said he was.
Yep.
Allison and Bridget, Elise, good.
Mhm. Yes.
Hi, Steve Scruggs. Okay. So that was probably the most detailed
Mhm.
drill down into how to make something your favorite. Everything else is pretty self-explanatory once you get on those platforms. Realm, is there anybody on here who does not have a Realm account? Susan, I can't actually see you, but I know you have a Realm account. Steve, do you have a Realm account? I don't know that we have actual
Yes,
contact with Steve. So while we're at that point and everybody does have an account, are there specific Realm questions that we can help you with while we're here?
I have one.
Okay.
Why do I have to sign in on Realm every time I go to Realm?
It's a platform called Ministry Smart. It is.
I know.
If
It's
you
just, it's
see,
a
I
pain.
don't.
It's
Right,
a
I
pain to
don't,
have
'cause
to sign in every time.
There's an option on. Are you trying to sign in on a computer or a phone?
Usually on my iPad or phone.
I'm not a big user of tablets, so I can't help you with the iPad, but the phone has a little button you can push that says keep me signed in. Are you looking to see if you have that button open when you sign in? Because that
No.
could help you.
Okay.
Check for
I'll look
that the
for it.
next time you have to, before you actually hit enter with your credentials, make sure that little button is open because that will help it stay open longer.
Okay. I'll
Like
look
for
for it.
people like Mariette and I who are in it all the time, we never have to sign in. I mean, it's really rare that I have to sign in again. but they've been trying to make all platforms just more protected, I guess. And so you having to sign in is just one layer of protection that they're trying to offer, and they think that it makes you feel more comfortable, but it's really just annoying.
Right.
Yeah, but I feel your pain.
And I feel like the app versus if you're on like a browser, you don't have to sign in as often.
I think that's
It
true.
will every now and then, but and it
I've
also
never-
has the little keep me signed in check mark.
Yes, that's true. One thing about the app, on either platform, whether it's a tablet or a phone, they do send out updates every once in a while. And you'll find that if your Realm Connect app is acting really funny, just think, oh, there's probably an update, because there usually is. 9 times out of 10, I'll go check and there's an update sitting there that I haven't done yet. So just make sure you're updating that really frequently. But before we move on, any other questions about Realm?
One thing I guess I can mention here, and I'll mention at the end too, but from here on, we'll plan to communicate with this group through Realm. I know that through your settings, you'll still probably get that to your email, but we'll end up using that to communicate with you all in the future.
Yeah. One thing you can even do on Realm that helps is that we have a news feed on Realm, just like Facebook and Instagram, and you do have the capability of liking posts. And it's just neat when other church members look at a post, especially if it's about a worship service, and there's likes, and it's called supporters. It'd be helpful if you guys were doing that sort of thing too. We usually turn the comments off because the comments send out emails to the whole congregation, which we've had happen several times in the past. So we turn those off, but you can like it, and then people can just see it when they go to the newsfeed. So let me try to pull this back up. So we hit the favorites part. Let's see, Instagram. I think there is a way on Instagram to make us a favorite and something that Instagram calls a close friend, but I haven't done that in so long. Molly, did you do that recently?
I did it when we first started talking about this, so probably late fall. And the instructions you provided worked. So now I'll see, and I don't have a quick reference, but essentially a little star will show up beside the account, so you know that you're seeing that basically at the top of your feed because you've added it as a dear friend. So I was gonna see if I could show you that, but you should be able to follow those instructions. That's essentially where you going into your settings and adding the account as in that status. The way it's pulling up right now, I'm not able to show you kind of how the star shows up in your news feed, but essentially on the one side, and I don't know what's going to come. Axio Charlotte's up right now. It'll show up like in the opposite side of the verified mark, I believe. There's just a little star that pops up.
Right. So if you're in your own account, which you'll see your own pictures there, if you're in your own account, you go up to where there's 3 bars at the top. And there's, these are different than Facebook. Almost at the bottom, it says close friends and favorites. You can put DC Pres Church. So on Facebook, we're called Davidson College Presbyterian Church. And on Instagram, we're DC Pres Church. You can make DC Pres Church a close friend and a favorite.
And I just checked mine. I actually just have it listed as a favorite. So what I just spoke about applies to favorites. I have not added it as a close friend.
Is anybody else trying that right now?
Yeah, I didn't know about that. Look, we're learning stuff here.
Yay!
There
That was
are
our whole plan.
New tricks to be learned here.
I just see favorites. I don't see close friends in the list.
For me, close friends is right before favorites.
It just says what you see, favorites, muted, and then muted accounts, content preferences, and likes and share counts.
So when you are in your own Julie Alexander account,
Right?
you went up to the three
Yep. This is under
horizontal lines.
settings and activity. Oh, there's close friends. It's near
Yeah.
the top. Okay. Yeah,
Yay.
you're already both.
Yeah. Awesome. So let's go back. I wrote this so long ago. I forgot that I had an exclamation point on like, share, and comment on all our posts. And that this is an ongoing task. So yes, are you going to like and share every post? No, but if you, I guess the point of this group is that you're a group of people who are intentional about going to look for things on our newsfeed that you can like and comment on and share.
And
Versus,
still be yourself, like be your genuine selves. If,
Oh,
if I'm not
absolutely.
part of some group and I haven't attended it, I'm not going to like or share that, you know, just so plug into what you're already plugged into. But again,
Exactly.
to Stephanie's point, this you're being intentional about looking at what's out there.
Yeah. And if you don't like a post because our picture is terrible, don't like it. We've had a lot of pictures of the church staff recently. I'm like, Peter, you need to cut it. Just stop.
I liked that. I thought it was fun. Like literally and figuratively, I guess, in this situation.
Right. So this is the other piece. Oh, the tagging I skipped over. Everybody knows how to tag, I'm sure. And repost. Like if you repost on your own page and you tag DC Pres Church or you tag Davidson College Presbyterian Church, that just helps create traffic, which is good for us. So this is the other piece that I had actually forgotten that we were asking you to do, is if you're this type of person and you, like today, for instance, we have a dumpster out in the playground parking lot that had drywall in it today. It's a huge dumpster and it basically has the walls between the offices in the dumpster. And I did not have my phone with me, which is really unusual for me. But it was pointed out that we should be taking pictures of the dumpster. And if you walked by the windows that are on the bottom floor, they were all open and you could hear banging and clanging and taking little short videos of that. And anything you catch around the church, like small children doing something really fun, or you're in just the right position to catch the handbell choir, you know, in worship. If you capture something that you think is post worthy, send it to me. You can actually text me. Of course, my cell number is in Realm. Because that just helps us all. We actually have a social media planner that we use every month where the program staff and the pastors rotate through our vision statement, basically. So our vision statement is worshiping, learning, serving, loving, giving, seeking to realize God's vision for the world. So we took worship, learn, serve, love, give, and we do worship on Sundays. And then whoever preached on Sunday either takes a clip of their sermon or some aspect of their sermon or some musical offering from worship and posts about it on Monday. So Sunday and Monday are dedicated to worship, which is the most important thing that we do at the church. And then Tuesday is learning, and that is divided up between Peter and John. So every other Tuesday, you're going to see a post about some aspect of learning, whether they're talking about teaching you something within the post or they're advertising a class that's coming up. That's what happens on Tuesdays. Wednesdays is Robert and mission, and he goes back and forth between community missions, global missions, and social justice. So that's pretty much every Wednesday. Then Thursday is the love piece. And so that is actually divided up between me and Jenny and Deborah Connor, who's our new parish associate, Matt Wiggins, Sarah Allred, and I think that's it. But love is nebulous, and love is where we could use some help capturing special moments that happened in worship or at an event that you attended for church, or if you're working at a soup kitchen or some tutoring or anything, and you capture something really beautiful, that's where you could help us out with the love piece. And then Friday is always Caitlin and you, Kirk. And then Saturday is kind of open. So for Thursdays and Saturdays to have some content that's coming from other places, because you'll capture things that either we weren't a part of or we don't think about it in the moment because we're too busy doing other stuff. That could be really helpful. And I had forgotten that we had asked you to do that, and it's crucial.
I have a question about content involving other people. I know with
Yes.
work and stuff, we have to be very careful about like getting permissions from people and all that kind of stuff. And I'm thinking particularly like of kids and all that. Like, do we have any guidelines about
For children, we definitely, yeah. So for children, we'll have to go through the steps of contacting their parents and making sure that it's okay. Unless it's children in the background, and we're never going to mention their name no matter what, so that their name won't be mentioned associated with their face. And if they're in the background, I think it's fine. But if it's a picture of a child close up, then we have to get their permission. But if you're in the moment with the people that you're capturing that moment with, yes, if you'll go ahead and ask them right then and there, I think that's all it takes. There's no form or anything that has to be filled out.
Thanks.
Hi, Deanna.
I'm sorry, I got caught up writing something and I'm here.
That's okay. We recorded it, so I'm going to send it out
Okay.
afterwards for people who couldn't make it tonight. Okay, so back to our sheets. Oh, yes, our website. So what we're asking you for here is to every once in a while just go to our website intentionally and look at the homepage. Give us some feedback on, what you think about it, first of all, but also click through. Like if we're advertising something and it says sign up here, actually click it and make sure that it goes to the sign up sheet. Or if it says this is a list of the current faith formation classes that are coming up, click through and make sure it actually goes to the faith formation classes. And if you're clicking through the website and finding pieces that don't connect, that's where having feedback can be really helpful for us, especially for Susan, who created our whole website pretty much by herself. And I wish that we could see her face right now so we'll give her a big round of applause.
Yay.
And I hope she can hear us because she's muted.
Stephanie, should that feedback go to you or Susan or to whom?
Send it to me first.
Okay.
And if it's something, there's a lot of things that I can actually fix myself. But Rhonda Boggs helps us, and I try to keep it from Susan if I can, just because she's done so much over the last 3 years or 4 years now. But she helps us with a lot still, a great deal. Like even today, Robert was asking to take the Room in the Inn information off of our website because Room in the Inn was finished last weekend, but it's something that will reoccur. And so we want to find a place to keep that information so we don't have to reinvent the wheel when it's time to advertise it again. So I had to go to Susan for that one. Okay. And then the last one was Realm, which we've already talked about. Really with Realm, besides going to the news feed and clicking in and liking it, using it for registration as much as you can, encouraging other people that Realm is really not that difficult, even though it's annoying to have to sign in. Just be positive about that and remind them that it's just a layer of protection to keep them safe, because nobody can get into Davidson College Presbyterian Church's Realm account unless they have a username and a password. And they can't get a username and a password unless they're in our database. So it's really just active members, affiliate members, clergy people, what we call friends of DCPC, or visitors that we have added into the database because they're visitors for tracking. So it's not the whole wide world. Like nobody can get on our website, for instance, and click into anything that would take them into our Realm directory. So no outside person can see our Realm directory. You have to have a username and password. And I've had a lot of people over the years, because we started Realm in the very end of 2019, but we didn't really start using it till January of 2020, literally right before COVID hit, which was a miracle. Because if we had not had the online platform, because Realm is a website, and if we had not had that, we would not have been able to work through COVID. So and I forgot my train of thought went off the rails right there. But basically nobody can see it. But what I was going to say is I have had a lot of people request. So they get on our website, I guess, or somehow they request to have an account, and I can vet them to see if they have any connection to our church whatsoever. Like, are they visiting in worship? Are they participating in a social justice event? Are they giving money? Like, what is the connection here? And there's been at least, I mean, not many, but and less than 10 probably, but people that I've had to turn away and not give them a Realm account. So just know that that's happening. There is a gatekeeping method to keep people that are just trying to fish from being able to get in. So it's a safe platform. And I think that's it, Molly, that we had on this sheet.
Anything you wanted to touch on about YouTube? I know we kind of mentioned it as a platform earlier, but anything else on YouTube specifically?
Just going in and watching things. If they're interesting to you, again, we don't want you to fake anything. If you're not interested in watching a musical bit that Peter clipped from a worship service, then don't go watch it. But if you do go watch it, be sure to like it. And if there's any way you can share it with people, that's always good too. You can actually share YouTube links on your Facebook page. So if there is something particularly interesting that you find on YouTube from a worship service or musical or even I think you can do a Sunday school class, because once it gets on YouTube and it's public, then you can share it anywhere. But if there's something that you find interesting that you want to share, you can just put that link right into your Facebook newsfeed. So Molly, what else did you have besides this?
That was pretty much it. And I know I said we'd try to stick close to 30 minutes and we're almost there. So I want to respect that. So first off, just thank you again for being willing to be part of this group. Again, we're not checking in 6 months and grading you on how many likes and things like that. But just having a dedicated group that's diligent and thinking about, how we can impact and basically spread the reach of what the church is doing. I'm kind of your committee liaison, obviously working directly with Stephanie from the staffing perspective. So we'll be communicating through Realm. We'll be checking in. I don't know that we'll have another need to get together, but certainly as we hear things or if there's issues coming up, we may say, hey, let's just jump on a quick call and discuss that. So again, from my seat, thank you. I know I'm going to be right there with you, just kind of getting in the habit of checking pages and liking things. Thank you to Stephanie for really leading this all up. But I think it's a fun way to just stay involved and plugged in with what's going on in the church as well. I see Diana has her hand up.
Yes. Diana, are you still there?
You may have covered this and I apologize.
Oh yeah.
If we take a video of something going on at youth or on a retreat or something like that, do you prefer us to share that like on Instagram or Facebook stories and tag DCPC or email them to you, Stephanie?
Email them to me.
Okay.
Because like Julie pointed out, if there's children involved, we have to kind of go through some steps to make sure it's
Right.
okay to post that.
Good point.
Yeah, but yes, any content like that, especially I didn't even think about youth, like mission trips and things like that. There'll be all kinds of pictures and videos that you'll capture that we would never see unless you send it to us.
Okay.
So that's really helpful.
All right. Yep.
And I just
Steph,
checked in the chat. Oh, sorry, Elise.
Well, I was just going to say you might need to set up like a Google Drive or somewhere that everybody can share to, because some files won't be small enough to email.
Right. I found that it's probably easiest if you're just sending one like little video snippet. I'm gonna put my that is my cell phone number. Oh, and Clayton's asking if we have
Yeah.
tags for social media. That's a good question.
Yeah, it's probably something we need to think about.
The tags, yes. You know
Yeah.
what I can do is send you And not that you'll be posting on our Facebook page, but if you tag us on your own, there are definitely some key hashtags that you can use, and some different entities that you can tag. And I can send you a list. That's a really good point. Tags and hashtags. I'll do that for y'all. But at least back to your point, if you're sending a video clip, there's a thing called not airdrop, it's a mail drop. So if you're emailing me and you send it through mail drop, it will go faster than if you're just trying to send it as an email. I don't know
Okay.
if y'all,
I've never used that.
if you've experienced that. And then I think texting a video is also easier than emailing it. So if you could text me, I think that's the first choice. But and if that becomes an issue and it's not working, then definitely we'll set up a Google account. I was just trying to keep you from having to have another thing
Right.
that you have to go to if I can.
You can also send pictures and videos with the Vita Realm chats. So we could make a group if you want, or you can send it directly to Stephanie.
That is so true, Mariette. We do have a Realm group already,
Mhm.
which you're in, and I'll make sure that everybody that's on this call is in that group. And I think there's probably some that we added last year that we'll take out of the group so that we're really only talking to this group of people. But yes, you can actually put videos and pictures in our Realm chat group so that we can see what each other is sharing. So maybe we should do that, Mariette. Like tomorrow, we'll just send something to the group. And don't do it until we clean up who's in the group. But that way we can practice and see how that's going, because that's a great point. Any other questions? Or things that we should discuss that I'm completely forgetting right now?
Well, just a recap on, or circle back to the hashtags. Kind of my thinking is, of course, is like if you're wanting to post personal content and give DCPC some kind of shout out or credit, what is, of course, your default preferred hashtags. But then also if there's like a campaign where like we just went through Lent, and if you say challenge the group to say, hey, post something about Lent that you're giving up. What is giving up shame mean to you? Or throw out a topic out there. And then if the hashtag is, what I give up, or like, I don't know. But sometimes you'll have like, for this campaign, we want you to use this hashtag.
Yes.
And so just to periodically that list of hashtags might change, or so just something to think about.
No, that's a great point. And especially with Robert does that with missions, especially if he's pushing one for a long period of time, he will create hashtags. So if we send that out in the Realm group to you guys and say, whenever you go find Robert's post and you reshare it, this is what he wants you to use. That's a great point. And those will change. So we will definitely be updating you on those. But I can send you a starter list, I guess, if you will, through Realm. So about Realm, you have to check your notification settings, because the way it's supposed to work is if I send you an email, which is the inbox of Realm, it's supposed to go to your Realm inbox and also your regular inbox. But sometimes the ones to your regular inbox end up going to spam or junk or clutter. And so you have to go in and make onrealm.org a preferred sender or a safe sender, I guess. And you can go into your notification settings and make sure that those emails are getting into your inbox. But also, if you make a regular habit of just checking Realm, like specifically looking for this group, for instance, you'll never miss anything, because all the chats are there and all of the emails that we've sent you through Realm will be there. And we'll put this document in there, because the other great thing about having a Realm group is that you can check a button called files. And so every resource that we have that's written will be in the files. And that's where I can put the hashtags and tags and hashtags.
And I think you already have the instruction list in there.
Oh, do I? Good. Good for us. Good for us, Molly.
That's all you, I'm sure.
That's awesome. Yeah,
It was
we've been trying to
November
get this off the
2022,
ground
so I
for,
think it's when we started.
yeah, we've been trying to get this off the ground for a while. So we put a lot of stuff back in the day. I'm sure, I wish we could talk to Susan because I know she's so happy right now. Susan chaired our committee for 3 solid years. As not even an elder, like she had no session voice or anything, and she still chaired us and got us off the ground. And we she put
Aw,
the
she
heart
was
up.
okay.
Thank you, Susan. But we would not be here without her. So we love her. She's our guru. Any other comments or questions? All right, well, 7:35 is pretty good, Molly.
I'm proud of that. It's
Yeah.
good to see everybody. Thank you again. We really appreciate it. It's a fun way to get to know other people in church too. So always love that.
Yay.
It will be.
All right,
Yeah.
then.
Thank you guys.
Thank
Good night,
you.
everybody.
Bye.
Take
Bye.
care.
Good night.
Night.